Hello everyone, I hope you all doing well. The next module is the module 4, the runtime environment. In the runtime environment we have 4 topics. The first one is storage organization, stack allocation of space, heap management, introduction to the garbage collection. Only 4 topic is there in the module 4. This is the very easiest module in the module among all 5 modules. So don't miss this module to study for the external exam. So till now we discussed the phases of compiler. For the first one is what? Lexical analysis, then syntax analysis, semantic analysis, intermediate code generator, right? So till now we discussed all these 4 phases. So after that we have code optimizer and code generator. So before move to the code optimizer and code generator, first we need to give space for program execution. So what? The program execution, we need to give space for program organization or program execution. So who will give the organization or the environment for program execution? That is what? Operating system. Means when you want to execute any of the program, you should have to give the memory space for the particular program. That particular memory space will give the operating system. Is clear? So in the first topic of the runtime environment, we have storage organization, that is static versus dynamic storage allocation. So before move to the static or dynamic storage allocation, first we should know what is this runtime environment. What is the meaning of runtime environment? We have 2 different types. One is the compile time. Another one is what? Runtime. The compile time, the memory will be allocated. The memory will be allocated for the compilation time. The runtime, the memory will be executed. During the execution time, the memory will be allocated. So for this runtime environment, if you take any of the program, C, C++, or C Sharp, whatever the program, whenever we save the program will be stored in the hard disk. So during the compilation also, the program resets in the hard disk only. The CPU and the processors execute C program only when the program is there in the main memory. Means what? So once when you store any of the program will be reside in the hard disk, right? So if you want to execute that program, the processor or the CPU will take this program to the main memory. Means if you want to execute any of the program will be there in the main memory. So after compilation gets over, the compiler demands a block of memory from the operating system in order to store the program in the main memory. So once the program is done, so we go to the compilation process. After compilation, the compiler demands to the operating system to particularly allocate the memory for that particular program in the main memory. Is clear? Means what? If you want to execute any of the program basically save in the hard disk. After that, that program will be executed using the main memory. Is clear? So that environment will give by operating system. So this is what we are going to tell it what? Runtime environment. So for this runtime environment we have a structure. So the structure is what? This whole structure is the runtime environment structure. The runtime environment structure. So you can expect the question, explain the structure of the runtime environment or the runtime management. Is clear? So when come to the structure, we have 4 different blocks. The first one is code, the second one is static data area, the third one is heap, and the fourth one is stack. In between the heap and the stack, we have free memory. So these are the 4 different blocks we have in a runtime area. So when come to the code, static data area, heap or the stack, each of these blocks will do their own responsibility. So it is going to consider, we are going to consider this is low and this is high. Okay, this code is particularly will be in the executable file. What do you mean by executable file? Usually if you want to execute the C program, the program basically you are going to save in the .c. If the program is there in the .c means what? That is original program. If the program is there in the .exe file means what? That is executable file. Means in this code block you don't have the original program, but in the code part you have the executable file or the executable program. Okay, always in the code block will be saved the executable file for the particular program. The second block is what? The static data area. When come to the static data area, you are going to initialize static variable as well as the global variable. When come to the heap, in the heap and the stack, we are using it for to allocate the memory only. So in the heap, we have one more part, that is BSS. What do you mean by BSS? That is block start by symbol. Particularly, we are using this uninitialized global and static data. Is clear? Particularly heap is going to allocate memory at runtime. I'll tell you later what is heap, because we have one whole concept called heap management. Okay. When come to the stack basically used for whenever the function or the procedure calls, the activation record gets activated. Means what is the use of stack? Stack basically work in first in, last out. First in, last out. You know the definition very well for the stack. So stack basically used for whenever the function or procedure calls, the activation records get activated immediately. That activation record will be stored in the top of the stack. So this is the whole structure of the runtime environment. If you consider the example for this, here I am taking the example for this one. See, here I have a function. I declared the variable globally, that is int I equal to 10 and j, and I created one function. Inside the function and specifically specify static, and we have a main function. Always the program will start from the main function only. For each of these function will be stored in the stack. Each of function will be stored in the stack. So in the stack we have two main thing. In the stack we are going to store two main thing. One, the main function. Another one, inside the main function we have one function. Means what? After calling all these variable, we are going to call this function. Once the cursor will comes in the function, that cursor automatically goes to where? Here. The cursor will automatically goes to where? The function here. So how to store this whole code in the runtime environment? So this is the code part. This is the static data part. This is the BSS. The BSS will be there in the heap only, inside the heap only, and we have stack. So start executing from the main function. The main function will be stored in the stack. Okay. In the stack we created two different blocks. The one is main function, another one is the function part. In the main function we have a local variable called y equal to 20 and c, and also we have d equal to 10 and e. Sorry, this y and e will be stored here. This y and e will be stored here. Why? Because this is static data. We initially declared this is static. So this y and e will be stored here. Y will be stored here. E will be stored here, because this basically work for the initialization for the static and the global data. So we initialize the value, right? So that's why this variable go to store where static data. This E will be go to store where BSS. BSS particularly used for uninitialized variable. This is uninitialized variable, right? And after that we have two more variable, D equal to 10 comma E. This D equal to 10 comma E will be stored here. Is clear? So then the function will be calling. Once the function will be calling, automatically comes to here. So this static int y equal to 10 and z y will be stored here. Y will be stored here. Of course, you can ask the question, ma'am, we have two y here. One is y equal to 20 and y equal to 10. Both of these variable will be stored in the static data only. Once the execution comes, which y will be taking for the execution? You can ask that type of question. This this main responsibility is completely for the operating system. Operating system will be take care for to fetch the value of y for this main function and y for this function. Okay, it's clear. This is completely responsibility goes for the operating system. Okay, and this local variable particularly stored for a will be stored here, a will be stored here and b will be also stored here. You know, each function, say for example, I have a main function and inside the function I have one p1 function and I'm calling that p1 function. Inside the p1 function I have p2 function and inside the p2 function I have a p3 function, like that, so on. So once the main function enters, this main function will go call where the p1 function. This p1 function will go to call where p1 function. Inside the p1 function we have p2, automatically goes to where this p2, inside the p2 p3. There is no p3 function. So after this we have to return the function. We have to return this value to the main function. So p3 function will return the value to p2 function. P2 function will return the value to p1 function. P1 function will return the value for the main function. So this is how the structure will be working for in the runtime environment. When come to the storage organization, we have basically three types of storage organization. One is static allocation and the stack allocation and the heap allocation. So this is completely static allocation. These two are the dynamic allocation. So basically we have two different types of storage organization or storage allocation. One is static allocation, another one is dynamic allocation. When come to the static allocation, the allocation of memory during compilation of time is called static allocation. You people already know about the static allocation because you people are in 6th semester. We discussed so many times for the static and the dynamic memory allocation, when the data structure concept, when the C programming concepts and all. So once again I am going to tell the definition of the static allocation and the dynamic allocation. The allocation of memory during compilation of time is called static allocation. What is the major drawback of the static allocation? You can only answer for this question. If I would be there in the class, definitely I'll ask this question, but what to do? I'll tell you the example here. Say for example, in the main function, if I declare int a equal to 10, b equal to 20.